Well, hello there, people with internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 15, I think, of my Let's Play Doki Doki Encore. In the previous episode, we started a new game. We start on the Yuri route now. And yeah, well, most of the things have been the same as before. We have, of course, had to reject Sayori's love confession to start on the Yuri route. And Sayori has been dealing with it a bit. But of course, obviously, things are very awkward between us, so let's see how it goes. The walk is relatively peaceful, with only the occasional bits of small talk filling the silence. Well, at least it was peaceful at first. Today was fun, Mark. Yeah, it was. It was nice to be back with everyone. I almost felt like I was at home again. Same, it feels like the festival was forever ago. And I feel like I haven't seen you in forever either. Oh, come on, it's not been that long. Besides, it's not like things have changed that much since then, right? Yeah. How does a guy keep on saying the most terrible things? Simon gives me a pained look. I should not have brought it up like that. As I see your eyes fill up with tears, I quickly tried to rephrase what I've just said. I mean, it's not like I had thought that any of this would happen. Lately, I feel like I've been caught off guard by all sorts of surprises. It seems that through my own carelessness, I got Sayori in a bad state of mind. Yeah, congratulations, asshole. Sayori blankly stares off into the direction we're heading. Me and my big mouth. The rest of our walk is filled with uncomfortable silence. Sayori hasn't even looked at me since my careless comment. And I haven't tried saying anything else out of fear of making things worse. Just let me do the talking, okay? Just let me type it out, and then it'll be fine. Well, I don't know whether it'll be fine, but the chance of any of that stuff happening again is slim, slimmer at least. After several minutes of complete and utter silence, we finally reach our houses. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Sayori looks dejectedly toward her house, as if she didn't want to go home. I try one last time to undo my mistake. Sayori, look, you know, if you ever want to hang out or talk about anything, just say the words. I enjoyed spending time with you. I don't hate you or anything like that. I might as well be making things worse at this point. I can start to see tears well up in Sayori's eyes. Look, I promised you that nothing would ever change between us, and things would be just as they'd always been. Sayori looks back and forth between me and her house. I have the feeling that she isn't listening to me. Sayori? Sayori snapped back into reality. How many times are you going to say that? Oh, sorry, Mark. I must have been spacing out again. Sayori flashes me her signature grin, but I can tell it's not genuine. Is everything okay, Sayori? Sayori's grin instantly disappears and reverts back to how she was just a moment ago. Sayori, it's nothing. Look, I gotta go. Bye. Sayori runs off hastily and enters her house. I can hear the door slam shut immediately once she enters. I sigh to myself. Maybe things can't be the same as they've always been. But all I know is that Sayori needs me now more than ever. At some point, we're going to need to iron out our differences and resolve what happened that day. It's apparent that Sayori just needs some space right now. I'll just give her all the time she needs to get over what happens. I hope she trusts me that much. After all, we've been friends for this long. I shake my hand as I enter I shake my hand as I enter my house. Man, what are they? Well, I'm guessing this is. I need to figure things out between me and Sayori. Given everything she's gone through lately, and how I've probably been making things worse, yeah, that's true, I should probably convince her to get professional help. Well, first of all, maybe you should talk it out. Between just the two of you. Maybe you should start with that, and then we can think about helping her with her depression or whatever, because you're skipping the step of skipping the step of resolving the issue between us right now. And that we shouldn't skip that. That should be the first thing. Clear the air between us, talk it out when she wants to, because of course, I mean, I guess it's true that she wants a bit of time to collect her thoughts. That's completely fine. But we do need to, it's not going to be a fun conversation, but there's a conversation that needs to happen there. Though I don't know if she'll listen to me now. On the bright side, I think I'm getting better at understanding Yuri. She seems to be getting much more comfortable around me. I wonder if it's because of that Sunday when we made the banner. I think back to those 2 times where we almost... I gush to myself, reliving them in my head. I wonder if Yuri really would go out with a guy like me. I mean, she seems to be really into me, but she really isn't one to go out of her way to step outside of her comfort zone into social situations. Though Yuri has been opening up to me more, so maybe there is a chance. And if there's a chance to be with her, I'm definitely going to take it. It would be quite the turn of events. Yuri, a girl who would often spend all her time by herself and who hardly ever raised her voice. To maybe go out with me. I wouldn't mind it. And something tells me Yuri wouldn't mind it either. As I drift off into sleep, I think to myself, life is a funny thing sometimes. Yeah, just ignore all this stuff with Sayori. It really is, isn't it? Hi, Monika! A dark, mysterious, eerie voice echoes in my head. Well, I guess we can skip this. Okay, open the door and now we're in the club room, not in Sayori's bedroom, of course. Something's off. The club room is completely empty. There's no desks or chairs. What happened? Hear the doors to the club room open. I turn to see you open them. It's Yuri. Oh, hi! Hey, Yuri. Hi, hey. Monika, could you please stop doing this to Yuri? Yuri has a deranged look on her face. Yeah, no shit. Hi, Yuri. I don't really know what to say or do in this situation. Where are we? It doesn't fucking matter! What matters is that we're here together. Alone. Yuri lets out an intense maniacal laugh. Oh. So something like that or something, I don't know. I want to scream and run, but I can't move. I made something for you, Mark. A piece of paper floats over me. My hand stretches out to grab it. I've put a lot of thought into it. Please tell me what you think. Oh, hi, it's this. Oh, great. It's this. It's this one again. I don't like this one. Oh, hi. I knew somewhere in my mind that you were going to do that, Yuri. Or mod developer. I knew it. But it still caught me by surprise. Because that was in the original game too, I believe. And I moved the Pope, she was ridiculously fucking close. Mark? What did you think? Isn't it the best thing you've ever read? Well, I could hardly read it, but I spent all night working on that. I had to cut myself 5 times just to make sure that I finished that poem. I almost passed out writing it, actually. Yeah, I tried to force myself not to go to the bathroom either. So sorry if I got the poem a little messy, but I hope you like my scent. Do you love me, Mark? Tell me you love me. Tell me I'm the best. Tell me I'm better than that selfish toothpick. Tell me I'm better than that useless walking klutz. What? Oh. She's emotionally stable, something I'll never be. Why don't you love me? You said Monika, right? I can never compare to Monika. Yeah, that useless walking klutz. Whatever that may be, and then the selfish toothpick. But Monika's better, of course. Why don't you love me? Oh, what is that? That was one. Yeah, like in Faith, the demon from Faith, like. Oh. Oh, great. We're immediately doing this already? Oh, she was still standing there on her knees. I open my eyes. I look around to see nothing but black empty space. Doing a quick self-check, I appear to be okay. What the hell? What the hell was that? Was that real? No, this can't be. This is just a bad dream. I'm having a bad dream. You're lucky that this is a dream. This is what ultimately should have happened. But reality changed, and she lives, for now. You're putting me into a box by spending time with her. Do us both a favor, stay away from Yuri. Let her die. She's not worth it. Let her suffer! Let her die. ... End quotation. I wake up startled, my head pounding rapidly as my lungs struggle for air. I violently gasp as I quickly open my eyes to find the world around me in nothing but haze. I feel sweat running all over my body, as if I'd just come out of a sauna. My room isn't even that warm. I let out a few coughs to prop myself up to take a few deep breaths. I rub my eyes in an attempt to clear my vision. After a few blinks, I'm able to see normally again. What the hell was that? I wearily say to myself. I feel a sudden rush of pain hit my forehead as I attempt to recall the horrific sight I saw. Ah! I quickly clutch my head in an effort to control the pain. Fortunately, after a few minutes, the pain subsides to a bearable level. Well, this day's already off to a great start! I tried to purge what I saw last night from my memory, but I still feel like I can see Yuri about to stab herself. It's rather unsettling. I used to have nightmares when I was little, but I don't remember having this kind of reaction. Ever having this kind of reaction. Usually I just wake up crying and run over to my parents' room. Well, granted, I can't do that so much now, considering they're away for the time being. Nor would they want a high schooler running automatically to their room. That'd be quite the sight for them to see. They probably would have thought that they failed to raise me. I look over to my alarm clock. Well, I don't have to get up for a few more minutes, but after that experience, I might as well get up now. I slowly get out of bed to start my usual morning routine. Ohayo sayori! But yeah, I'm wondering what the nightmare with Natsuki is going to be like, because Natsuki didn't die. She literally just got deleted. Because of course Yuri dies, and so Yuri dies. But when Yuri died, then Monika was like, alright, I'll just delete Natsuki, there we go, and then there was this entire conversation, you know? So, I wonder what the nightmare with Natsuki is. The part where she snaps her neck, that was just an Easter egg though, that wasn't an actual death. So, I'm a bit curious to see how they are handling the nightmare with Natsuki. Because every time it's been, this is what ultimately should have happened, but you can hardly show... Well, I guess you could, deleting character Natsuki, and then I guess you could show that, but, you know, I'm just a bit curious to see what Natsuki's nightmare is going to be like. And of course, when I'm with Monika, I'm pretty sure that I won't have any nightmares at all. After getting myself ready for school, I head downstairs to the kitchen to fix myself up a quick breakfast. After how I woke up, I think I'd rather go with something simple. I reach for the kitchen cabinet to grab my favorite brand of cereal and quickly grab some milk from the fridge. As I sit down, I try to wrap my head around my nightmare. Let her die. I scoff to myself. The hell's that supposed to mean? Who is her? Yuri? Why on earth would I do that? More importantly, why would I let anyone die? I honestly don't know what was worse, the voice or what I saw. Just thinking about that voice sends another cold chill running down my spine. It was distorted, I couldn't quite make out who was talking, though I could definitely tell that it was a woman's voice that spoke to me. But whoever was talking, it sounded like they were going insane. Maybe I'm the one going insane. Why am I sitting here trying to interpret this random dream? It's not like it'll happen again. I look at my watch. Oh shoot, I'm gonna be late! I quickly eat my breakfast and rush outside to meet Sayori. As soon as I step outside, I feel that cold, gentle breeze flow through my hair, as if the day were greeting me. Granted, everyone's had wind blown into their face before, but this time it feels welcoming. Now, will that be the first time that Mother Nature's ever welcomed me? Though it's slightly cooler than yesterday because of the breeze. It's nothing that I can't manage. I just hope I can get my mind off of the lingering effects of that dream as soon as possible. As if the world was listening to my prayers, out of the corner of my eye I see Sayori coming towards me. Hey, Whoa! 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 I blink a few times just to make sure that it wasn't real. Whoa! Okay. That's different. And on Sayori's right, we quickly saw her hanging herself, and then back to normal. But that was weird. Mark, you okay? Sayori looks worriedly at me. I rub my eyes, trying to fake that it wasn't anything serious. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Sayori. Just got something in my eye. I see. Sayori looks off in the direction of school. I don't think she really bought into it. I tried to move on from the subject. Well, hey, you might as well start heading to school, huh? Sayori looks back at me with a blank expression on her face. Yeah, I guess so, she says solemnly. Sayori and I turn and start slowly making our way to school. I still feel guilty for making Sayori run off yesterday. She hasn't said a word to me since we started walking. The entire time, she had a mix of sadness and confusion on her face. I sighed to myself. I have no idea how we can salvage our friendship. At this point, I'm probably doing more harm to her mental health than good. Maybe that would be an interesting way to open up. Because Sayori constantly says that she needs to get away from me because she thinks she's doing harm to me. What if I turn it around? Like, what if I say, I don't know, maybe I should get away from you because I feel like I'm the one damaging you instead. Like, how would Sayori respond to that? Maybe that would be... she would be like, no, that's not true, or whatever. I mean, or she says yes, and then I'm like, oh, fuck. But, like, maybe it's for the better, but still, oh, fuck, you know? But, like, who knows? Maybe what she'll say about that. Like, you know? Maybe when I say that, then she can, like, clearly see that I care ridiculously much about her still, you know? Anytime I feel like I do something good for Sayori, I end up messing it up later. I'm not sure why she's even choosing to be around me despite everything. I look to Sayori, who quickly realizes that I'm looking at her. Instead of being dismissive like I thought she would be, she unexpectedly shoots me a small smile. I can't help but return the favor with a smile of my own. Even in this awkward and painful chapter of my friendship with Sayori, we still have our fair share of laughs and smiles. Almost how it was before all this started. I've known her for 14 years, and for the longest time I thought I knew Sayori better than she knew herself. But the reality is, I don't. I don't know how I can make her... I don't know how I can even make amends with her after all the crap I've put her through. I don't know what I can even do to make her feel better. I don't know how to help her. I just don't know anything. And when it comes to Sayori, that scares me. I don't even know just how deep her problems really run. But maybe I can try talking to her later today at some point. Maybe then we can start to straighten things out. For once, the walk to school wasn't as awkward as it had been lately. We even managed to hold a somewhat decent conversation throughout the entirety of the walk, so I guess that's progress. Not to mention, Sayori seems to be doing so much better now, given what happened yesterday. We did manage to arrive a little earlier than usual, so we just passed the time by slowly walking up and down the hallways until the morning bell rings. And that's why cinnamon buns taste better with icing. I mean, I don't disagree, but I think it's better to have icing in the cinnamon bun rather than on top of it, you know? But that make it a pastry. Just before I could answer, we hear the bell ring throughout the school, signifying the start of another day at school. Well, I guess a discussion about cinnamon buns and pastries will have to wait for later. Sayori lets out a small giggle. Alright Mark, I'll see you after class. Can't wait. Sayori and I wave goodbye to each other as we go our separate ways to our classes. As usual, my classes are unexciting and I feel like they drag on forever. I'm fairly certain that most of the most of the things they're teaching us now are never going to be used in our day-to-day lives, post-high school and college. Not that I've really given much thought to my future anyways. With the sound of the final bell, everyone packs up their things and starts flooding out the door to rush in a rush to get to their clubs or get back home. Fortunately, this time, I'm one of the first few out. As I stand outside the classroom, seeing all the other students flooding through the hallway, I'm able to somehow hear Sayori call out to me. Mark! Mark! I turn to my right to see Sayori standing there, waving at me. Yep, that's definitely her. I walk over to join her. Hey Sayori. Hi Mark. You definitely seem to be in a good mood. That's because it's time for the literature club, silly. I just hope we can spend some time together, that's all. She mutters softly. Did you say something? Never mind, let's go. I shrug my shoulders as we begin our walk to the club room. We arrive at the club room with the usual scene greeting us. Yuri's in her usual spot, intently reading a book, while Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, doing who knows what. I'm also very interested because, you know, you can like spend time with multiple people between the clubs, you know? Because every time you can choose. Now I've always chosen Sayori when I'm on Sayori's ride. I'm choosing Yuri now that I'm on Yuri's ride. But you can also like mix and mash, and so there's quite a lot of possibilities here. I see Monika at the teacher's desk at the front of the room, apparently working on something. However, Monika quickly notices us and flashes us a smile. Hey guys. Hey Monika. You guys seem to be doing well today. Yeah, today's been great. That's good to hear, Sayori. How about you, Mark? How's your day been so far? The way Monika says that, her question sends a familiar chill down my spine. Kind of like the one I felt in my dream last night. I brushed the feeling off. Oh, it's been alright, I guess. Well, with a little literature, I'm sure it will make your day phenomenal, Mark. Isn't that right, Sayori? You know it! You guys go get settled, I need to work on something, and then I have something to share with everyone. That's awesome, Monika, I can't wait. Sayori happily walks to her usual spot and sets her things down. I'm a little intrigued at what Monika's announcement is, so I decide to indulge in my curiosity. I turn to Monika. So, what's the announcement? Oh come on Mark, it's a surprise. And I can't spoil a surprise that's meant for everyone, now can I? Fair enough. So, how are things with you and Yuri? My mind goes completely blank. I'm not even sure how I can put it to someone like Monika without accidentally giving anything away. For all I know, Yuri might have convinced Monika to see how I feel about her in a roundabout way. Oh, well, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, Mark. Oh, no, it's fine. It's just, difficult to explain? Yeah, you could say that. I take a moment to collect my thoughts. Well, it's been an interesting journey with her. At first I thought she just wanted to be left alone with her books. Monika lets out a small laugh. Well, that's Yuri. From my understanding, she's always kind of been like that. Really? Did she tell you something? That's not really something for me to say, Mark. Monika, I'm pretty sure you need to say absolutely everything at this point. But I can say that she's been a lot happier since you've joined. Well, it's good to see that I did something right at least. Monika lets out another small laugh. Oh come on Mark, you should give yourself a little more credit than that. I mean, my friendship with Sayori's been a mess lately. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with her. Do you want to talk about it? I mean, I tried to figure out how best to articulate my current status with Sayori. It's just been awkward since last Sunday. Like one moment everything will be fine, then the next thing I know, I'll say something stupid and I'll ruin her day. I guess her feelings are still raw from, you know. My voice trails off as Monika listens intently. I see. Well, I would say for Sayori that she just needs time to get over what happened with you and her. I'm sure she'll come to you when she's ready to talk about what happened. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. She's a strong person, Mark. She'll get through it. Monika shoots me a reassuring smile. Thanks, Monika. I really needed to hear that. No problem. Wow, just ask everything. Hey, Monika, what should I do with Natsuki? Let's just ask everything to Monika. Monika pauses for a moment. Well, it depends on where you see yourself going with her, Mark. I mean, I feel like I'm stuck in a box here. Do I risk telling Monika that I'm interested in Yuri? There's really no way that I can deny my feelings for her, especially when it's starting to become painfully obvious. I decided to try to play in the roundabout card too. I just don't know if she likes me in the same way I do. Maybe went a little too obvious there. Monika shoots me a reassuring smile. Well, I'm sure Yuri will come to you. He will come to you soon and tell you how she feels. It's better for her to come to you than for you to come to her. Knowing how she is and everything. No cut you how she'd react if you went to her first. Really? I don't know if she'd be able to handle it. Yeah, well, maybe on if you say it with if you're just talking about the feelings part, then that's true. If you mean like in general, like no. I'm perfectly fine just walking up to Yuri and like, hey, should we read a book or whatever? But in the case of feelings, yeah. We should have... In that case, it is definitely better to wait until Yuri... I mean, if I just blatantly come forward and say, Yuri, I'm in love with you, and she has not the same feelings, first of all, that would be like in like 25 parallel universes of awkward. like you would generate a black hole of awkwardness between us at that point. Thank you, Monika. Really appreciate everything. No problem. Your happiness is important to me too, right? I managed a small smile at Monika. Thanks, Monika. You're too kind. If you want to talk more, I'll be here. I've actually been working on this poem since last night. You want to see how it turned out? I'll certainly keep it in mind, Monika. Bye. Monika smiles as she turns her head back to the teacher's desk. Yeah, we're coming on your route soon enough, Monika. But only when I make the choice. I am in control here, Monika. I'm sorry. Well, it makes no sense for me to stand out in the open like this. And Yuri, obviously. I decided to see what Yuri was up to.